Good evening, everyone. And tonight, the inaugural episode, we have the man, the myth, the legend, live from the Almanette Hotel and Bistro in beautiful downtown Gulfport. I present to you my main man, Tabari.
What's up, man? How you
Trying to be
doing?
like you when I grow
No,
up,
you
man.
don't. You don't want these bills. I'm telling you, you do not want these bills.
Thank you for doing this, man.
No problem, man.
It's the
I'm enjoying
first
it.
episode.
Wow,
So,
wow.
yes.
I feel the magic. I feel the
Yes.
magic.
Can you feel the energy?
I do.
Can
I
you
do.
feel me nervous?
I know.
Like a whore in church.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're good.
Let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. How long have you been at the radio station?
Wow.
You was at the radio station day one, huh?
For the most part, yeah. Basically, since I was about 17 years old. And
17?
I wasn't on the air at 17.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was pouring concrete and doing some painting and insulation in some cases, and so it's just being that it's a family-owned business, you do more than just what's on your job description.
Exactly. And
So,
do what Rip tell you to do.
Right, there you go. So it's since about 17. So it's been a while.
Man, that's been. I remember when 94.5 first got on the air, man, and y'all been a cornerstone of the community in the Gulf Coast because y'all just don't stick to one location.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all make sure to reach your listeners in person and do everything for the community, man. And that is all. That's one of the things I admire most about you, man.
A lot of times when you're talking about people at the radio station, all of our employees are actually from the Mississippi Gulf Coast. A lot of times you have radio stations who are, corporate, national entities, so they have a lot of, implants from other places. But we actually have a person working from Wiggins. We have people from Biloxi, from Gulfport, from Moss Point, Pastor Chan, Slidell. So we got people from, we have our personnel is locally employed.
That makes a big difference when you
Yeah.
actually have to be in the community because you live in the community.
Right.
They are the community.
Right.
All
Vested
right, man.
interest.
Let's get to it. No point in holding back. Spring break.
Yeah, spring break.
Spring break.
Yes.
It gets bigger every year.
Yeah.
More
Yeah.
and more people are coming to this Gulf Coast.
That's right, as it should be. Because Gulf Coast is a tourist place, and we're encouraging people to come. So spring break should be no exception.
What do you say to the people that come from out of town that leave feeling unwelcomed?
Well, the thing is, the unwelcome has more to do with some other media sources who kind of create this air that it's an invasion. That, oh my gosh, they're coming, what are we gonna do? And you don't really have that when it comes to other events on the coast. I think a lot of that has more to do with if more media outlets stop painting spring break as so negative. If they do more, they keep the same energy of, oh, we're welcoming and we're celebrating spring break, then you'd have you'd have a more positive outlook on spring break.
I'm glad you brought that up because we have our local, our home, everybody who lives here always tries to compare the Cruising the Coast crowd to the spring break crowd. As far as numbers, I know you don't have any figures off the top of your head, I don't either. Which crowd is bigger?
Well, the thing about the spring break, if you're comparing spring break and you're comparing cruising, then you're comparing, first of all, cruising happens for a whole week. you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're talking an entire week of people coming into town, out of town. Then you're talking about spring break is basically a weekend. You know, Thursday, Friday,
Man.
Saturday, people going home Sunday. So it's
Yeah.
not really, you can't really, the infrastructure doesn't, and the logistics don't match. I would say that spring break gets a large amount of people in for those 2 days because they only have those 2.5 days. As opposed to spring break, people can come and they have a whole week for the festivities. Not only that, but because of how we set up policy for cruising, people are allowed to use campers to stay on the beach, so they don't have to worry about hotel rooms. You know, we make a lot of exceptions for the cruisers that we wouldn't necessarily do for spring break.
That's a very good point, and that's something I didn't even think about. Now, how can we get those accommodations for the 2.5 days as opposed to a week, since we have a whole year to prepare?
That's the question. That's the question. That's the question, man. Because, when it comes to spring break, people perceive spring breakers as being a rowdy bunch. You think they're going to be all trouble. And truth be told, they're troublemakers for cruising too.
Agreed.
So with any event that you're going to have a large amount of people, you're going to have some trouble.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is.
They talk so bad about it, it make me want to leave and I live here.
I know. And that's the question. Who are the they, and why do they talk bad about it?
There you go.
That's
We
the
don't know.
Right.
We don't have names. We don't have political titles, and we don't know. We want to complain, but we don't know who to complain to.
Right.
So we don't exactly know who to.
And then there's a lot of complaints that's based under the premise that it's about safety.
Mm-hmm.
And truth be told, if you're talking about any other event, then the same safety measures should be taking place.
I mean, you have a whole year to prepare for it. It's going to happen.
Right. It's like Christmas. It's like Christmas.
Exactly. And it's only going to get bigger. It's only going to get.
Well, hopefully it gets bigger.
Yeah.
If you're a tourist place, then you're trying to encourage people to come. So you're hoping for it to get bigger. I've talked to different people involved in the housing and lodging, and they're like, look, this is great. People are renting rooms. We're selling spaces to park. So I mean, it's not like the money isn't being generated. It's just all about, okay, how do we welcome people to come, and how do we do it in a way that it doesn't turn people off?
It's $1 million question. The Gulf Coast $1 million question.
That's right. But it can be done because we do it for other events.
Tabari, man, thank you so much for
man.
being the inaugural guest. Ladies and gentlemen, part 2, we're not done. We got more with Tabari.
More.
We're gonna talk about this beautiful Almanac Hotel and Bistro here in downtown Gulfport. Best seafood on the coast.
Yes.
And we'll also talk about big name artists.
Okay.
But why can we get some and why we can't get others?
Okay.
So tune in for us Thursday and we'll go from there. Thank y'all so much for tonight. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you for joining us again tonight. We're back with Tabari. We have some more questions for him. Tabari.
Yes.
Tell me about the Almanac, man. Tell me about this beautiful facility here in downtown Gulfport.
What is there not to say? The beautiful, luxurious Almanac Hotel and Bistro, named after my grandmother.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Almanac Daniels. If you go through some of the artwork here, then you'll see some pictures of her as well as some other pieces with my grandfather in as well. Just so happens that 6 suites. Some of them are have everything from fireplace to pull-out couch and leather and kitchenette. So it's really nice. Yes.
Oh man.
Rooms are all named after my grandmother and her sisters, and even my grandmother's mother. So
wow,
it's very a lot of sentimental value.
Oh man, I can imagine. I can imagine, man. But the food is what's sentimental to me.
Oh man, Creole and Southern food. We do fried chicken. We do lollipop lamb chops. We do all you can eat catfish.
That's where my money goes.
And the jumbo shrimp are great too.
Man,
so
it's the best seafood on the coast.
There's a secret. 3 words: rum and raisin cheesecake.
I never had it.
I know you haven't. If you ever bring
rum and raisin cheesecake.
Rum and raisin cheesecake.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, we got to get our food.
Whenever you're trying to get out of the doghouse, bring the woman here, and you will be out of the doghouse.
Okay.
You'll have a smile.
I'm gonna take you up on that. In fact, I probably need to put an order in to go.
No, okay.
Let's talk about we touched on tourism last we spoke.
Yeah.
Now, how do we get more big name artists to come to the coast? Now, we have Kevin Hart was here recently.
Yeah.
He comes on multiple occasions. Ricky Smiley does. What I want to know is how can the Coliseum book big name acts as opposed to the casinos booking big name acts? A lot of people won't go to the casinos, but they'll go to the Coliseum.
Well, I think the thing about the Coliseum is getting some big name acts.
Okay.
It just so happens I'm one of the members of the Harrison County Commission. So we're getting big name acts, and Kevin Hart and some other people, even some country singers as well. So the Coliseum is getting book name acts, but I think the one thing that holds up from even more bigger events is that the Coliseum doesn't have a hotel on site.
Wow.
When you're looking
Okay.
at the logistics of a lot of the major areas, there's some sort of hotel that's connected to the convention center, and it gets an extra look from
Yeah.
an extra business. I think a lot of things will change once there's an on-site hotel there on the Coliseum grounds
And
where people can
now
come and stay.
The way it's built, the Coliseum's right here.
Mm-hmm.
They built a new convention center, and there was a hotel. It was like a little fence separating the parking lot, and there was a hotel, but Katrina took it. But it wasn't a fancy big name
No,
hotel.
it wasn't.
I can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, and it wasn't really affiliated with the Coliseum from my knowledge. So
Are there any plans that you know of with them getting
there has
one?
been, we've talked on the Coliseum Commission Board about plans to do a hotel. We've even had a few developers come down, take a look at the foot plan of the site. So we're just hoping that somebody says, okay, let's go ahead and do it, and we'll break ground or something
Will it be
soon.
difficult? Beauvoir's right here.
Yeah.
And of course there's gonna be positive and negative.
Right.
With that,
No,
but
it's the only thing.
not a factor.
No, it doesn't, that's not a factor at all.
Okay.
Because everything, for the most part, everything is right there on the Coliseum grounds. And with the talk of a street that'll be connected from Pops Ferry or Pops Ferry Extension, you'd have another thoroughfare into the Coliseum. So there's a lot of pluses. Not to mention that you're so close to the beach and the beach view. So as a person or as an innkeeper that has a hotel and you got a view of the beach, that's fantastic
That money
amenity.
prints itself.
So it's a whole bunch of positives to it. It's just
Okay.
just trying to get the money to add up for a developer to come in and see how it goes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our local custodians, they'll leave to go to New Orleans to see Beyonce, or they'll
Right.
leave and go to Atlanta to see. But Kevin
Right.
Hart will come in, like we said, and mostly all the comedians or the big names that catches my attention, they're always at the casinos. And I didn't realize that the casinos have hotels,
They
so
do.
they can stay there.
That's right.
So you come in from the airport, drive in, and then there you go.
Right.
They give you show, you fly back out.
Right,
That makes a whole lot of sense, and that's something that I never took into consideration. I never thought about that. Do you have a lot of local celebrities, or not local celebrities? Do you have a lot of big name artists stay here? at this
Dominant?
beautiful
Oh
home? Yes.
man, yeah. We've had some hip hop artists. Eric Sermon stayed here from EPMD.
I didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he came in and did some stuff. We've had the singer Seven Streeter come in.
Yes.
We've had the legendary Bobby Rush come in and do some shows here.
Oh, man.
Packed out the house too. That was real fun.
Oh, man.
Actor Danny Glover came in and he did some things here.
I was here that day.
Okay.
That was a
There
glory.
you
That was
go.
on my birthday.
Okay.
Actually. That was epic.
So we get our share of artists come through and do some things. I think a lot of the times they like the idea of having something intimate where they can have some privacy without having to be like in some place that's got lots of people going in. They can pull up, have a veranda, relax, and then go off to do their show.
Okay. All right. Now, you have your hands in a lot of pots. And on your social media, you always use the hashtags, what will he do next? So
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna-
trolling me? You trolling me?
you don't even know I'm one of your millions of fans.
Oh man.
So I'm going to flat out ask you,
Okay.
what are you going to do next?
Oh wow.
didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see that one. You're supposed to submit those questions in advance.
Your publicist approved the questions, man.
Well, I'm in the process. I just actually passed my real estate exam.
Whoa.
So
That's big. You're going to be selling people land.
I know, right?
Oh,
Me, this guy. What are they thinking?
Wow.
Hopefully, I'll be real estate. Looking to do some more plays and some more
yeah,
television shows.
Yeah.
So, and I know that hopefully you and I can work together on some things.
We'll talk about that off air.
Okay. Also, I'll be probably launching a podcast at the beginning of the year.
Whoa.
That's going to be real good. It's been in the making forever, and then finally it's like, you know what?
Now or never, man.
Now or never.
Now or
right?
never.
So everybody's got one, so you might as well do one.
Yeah.
That also some voice acting too. I was at Comic-Con this year, And
Where? New Orleans? Or?
no, in California,
You
in
went
San
to
Diego.
you went to San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh,
I know.
and you left me here.
You
That's
know,
what- that's what a
and
friend's
I
for.
couldn't fit you in the suitcase, man. And the tickets were incredibly expensive. But while I was there, I met the voice for SpongeBob SquarePants. Yes.
Whoa.
He was doing a live performance with Bootsy Collins, and it was just impromptu. And I'm like, I can't believe this. And
And SpongeBob.
yes, the voice. He wasn't dressed up, but
Of course,
it was just
of
the
course.
voice, and he got there and he sang, and it was like wow. So I talked to some people that were there, and I talked to a few voice agents and all. So we'll see what happens in 2019.
Oh man, that's incredible, man. All right, man. Well, let's wrap it up, man.
All right.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned. There's more to come. This is only the beginning, and we will be speaking with you soon. Thank y'all so much, and we'll talk to you later.